Good morning, St. Francis. It is Monday, December the 14th, 2020, the memorial of the great Carmelite, mystic, and reformer, St. John of the Cross, the one who is best known for his experience of the dark night of the soul. Coming to you from a corner of the columbarium where it is a rather dark day here in Carolina. The rains have come, they'll be with us all day today, becoming snow up north. And so we pray for all people who may be experiencing snow on this day in other places of the country. Again, John of the Cross's journey into embracing Christ, embracing God, and then struggling with what that embrace means in his own life, again, is a very Advent theme, which is why his memorial during the season of Advent is so important. Many of us in today's world, again, we abhor darkness, we run from it, we fear it, we try to avoid it at all costs. And yet in doing so, we are not recognizing God's creative power that can come from darkness. That basically, remember, God creates out of the dark. Out of the darkness is brought light. Out of the darkness is brought life. Christ is born at night as angels fill the sky. Christ rises before the dawn rises in the resurrection. In all of this, darkness gives way always to light. And so it is not something that we should see ever as something to be forgotten, to be avoided, to be feared. But darkness is something in which we are asked more deeply and more profoundly to discover God within, and to see how God is working. The Pharisees and scribes in today's gospel basically demand on what authority Jesus does the great works that he does. They can't even see that the great works are works of God. They cannot even rejoice in these great works that Jesus does, of feeding many, of healing those, of raising from the dead. That all of this basically is something that the Pharisees and the scribes cannot understand and will not understand. So they ask him, by what authority does he do these things? To which he responds, well, what authority was given to John to do what he did? And the Pharisees find themselves in a bind, because if they say it was of God, then they give virtue and dignity to what John is doing, and therefore to Jesus. If they say it was only of human origin, then the crowds who love John will mass against them, riot against them, and perhaps hurt them and destroy them. And so the Pharisees don't know what to say, and neither does Jesus say. Because it is only with, again, that wisdom that Advent brings, that wisdom that understands, from darkness comes life, from darkness comes light, from darkness comes all of those great works of God that keep us and that move us into the people that we are meant to become and have become in this day and age. It is only wisdom that allows us to see that. A wisdom that unfortunately the Pharisees and scribes were so obstinate at refusing that it caused them to still live in darkness and not see what darkness can produce. As we move closer and closer to Christmas in these last days of Advent, may the light that shines in the darkness, that gives the darkness purpose, give purpose and light to our own lives. And may the Lord give you peace.